My hair. I got a lot of shrinkage here. My hair looks like a little fro because it's all shrunk together like that. But it's all good. Yeah. It's all good. 159. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Taking Up Space, a Michelle A. Mayer podcast. Always excited about coming for y'all. Today's no different. Today, I wanted to lead with something. I wanted to show you guys something. I don't have a filter on today. I didn't do a filter, and I did it on purpose. I don't have to use a filter. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those girls that need a lot of technology. You know, I got my natural hair going on right now. This is my natural hair. And I'm a natural. This is my natural color. I didn't dye my hair this color. I have gray. I've been blessed with wisdom, and I guess it's exuding through the follicles of my hair. So my hair is all white. I mean, like literally, it is white. And so my natural hair color is this color, and then it gets gold because I put oils on my hair. And then when I go out into the sun, I live in California, I go out into the sun, and the sun burns my hair golden. So this is all natural. I don't need a lot of preservatives and scientific stuff to make me who I am. I am who God created me to be. I'm here to tell you guys, God has led me in a way where I used to be ashamed of these things. I used to be ashamed of my gray. I'd spent so much time dyeing it so I could fit in with people and look like everybody else, and so that no one would have anything negative to say about me. And I got to a junction where I was like, why am I doing this? Do you like you? And I said, yeah, I do. I love me. Well, then act like it. And so I had locks in my hair at the time, and I shaved them all off. I went bald, like completely bald, no hair. And I spent a season doing that, and I let my hair grow back, and I make fabulous oils and lotions and butters and all kinds of beautiful concoctions using natural elements. And the nature assisted my hair in growing back very strong. And so this is my hair. I have no filter on. I'm 52 years old. I don't have any Botox. I don't have any fillers. I don't have anything going on outside of what God gave me. And I've been through hell and back. Literally. I'm talking about all caps. Hell and back. I've had heart failure. I had a hysterectomy, a full hysterectomy. I've had many things going on, but they're nowhere near as powerful as the blessing and the covering that God has had over my life. You see, I can't bask in the horror of the things that I befell because the blessings have been so monumental. Surely I befell those things, and it was as if God would allow me to befall many things, you guys, that would frighten many people, I'm telling you, it would change the whole dynamic of your existence overnight. The things that have been thrown at me in my life, and that I have weathered and withstood and stood in. I did not bow down and wallow in them. I did not call somebody and tell them about it. I handled them. And it was through the natural things that God allowed me to find safety in and power in that led me out. So that I won't be looking like an old raisin when I come on here. So that I won't be one of those people that have to have surgery or some sort of cosmetic procedure so that I feel like I used to look. Or that I feel whole in coming forth and commanding your attention. The reason why I use the filter is because if you look at me, this camera that I have highlights a lot of the dark areas. I don't have any eyeliner on, but it looks like I have eyeliner on. I don't have any lip liner, nothing on. It looks like it though. Look at my neck area. And then even like the dark parts of my hair, it just highlights the shadow. And so, because I don't like that, I use a filter in which I'm going to do now. Now look at that. You see the difference? I'm the same person. Same hair, same me. It's just, it brightened the area. So I just wanted to bring that forward. I'm strong because I acknowledge myself. I'm strong because I have stood in the integrity of my knowing, and I stand in alignment with something far greater than myself. I don't just stand in it when I feel like it. I used to do that. I used to be the girl that would pick up my Bible and read it when things started to get really bad for me. And then when God would bless me and allow me to come out of that bad stuff or forsake the badness from getting worse, I would put my Bible down and go hang out with the beautiful people. Because that's what we do, right? That's exactly what we do. We betray God. We say, okay, God, thank you for that. I'm no longer as diligent as I was when I was really trying to ward off the negativity from really multiplying or even getting worse or even happening. But now that I know that it's not going to happen or that it's not going to multiply, now that I know that I've gotten my blessing filled, I know that you're going to have my back. Now I'm going to leave you alone for a season, and I'm going to go hang out with these people that were nowhere around me when I was really troubled. I'm going to go hang out with these people that I could never call and tell them what I'm really going through, because they're going to get off the phone. They're going to act like they really care, and they're going to get off the phone. They're going to call other people and tell other people about my trouble, making my trouble that much more pronounced in my life. No. Real people that stand in real faith stay close to what gets them through. You no longer betray God. You honor God. You put God first. You lead the parade of God. You got God's flag in your hand. You got them knees to the chest. And you are marching in the name of God, proudly, openly amongst whoever is around. In your quiet moments, if you see someone else suffer, you're not sitting there condemning them and multiplying their suffering. You will find a way to align to those people and say, I pray that everything works out for you. Friend, I don't know what you're going through, but I pray whatever you're wrestling with, that you are successful in overcoming. If nothing more than that, you'll do that. Because you know from whence you came. You are wise. We're going to lead today with the man at the pool of Bethesda. This is chapter 5 of the book of John. So the story of this is that Jesus has come to a pool. And it's a pool that an angel comes down to and blesses. I'm going to read chapter 5 of the book of John. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called by the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of water. For an angel went down at certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. Okay, so Jesus has come down to this pool. It's a renowned pool within the region. And every so often within a particular season, an angel of God comes down and he moves in the water. He makes the water move. And in him moving the water by his spirit, the water is purified. And so that whoever comes in the water first, that first group of people that get in the water are healed from whatever ailments that are plaguing them. Okay, so scripture is conveying that this water is purified. It is holy water, but it can only stay holy for so long due to head count. So if there's a tremendous amount of people that get in this water, the more people that get in the water, the more lessened the spiritual power of the water is. So you got to really get in that water first. And so you can imagine the run that it would be for the people in getting into the water. It's probably chaotic. People running to get into this water to make sure that they partake of the goodness that is within this water. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity, 38 years. A man had been over there. He's ill. He's stricken with some sort of an illness. And he's been laying up at this pool for 38 years. And Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case. He saith unto him, wilt thou be made whole? Now, out of all the people that must be at this water, Jesus is out here casting out demons left and right, y'all. So there must be a lot of people that are sick. So you know that there is a multitude at this water. Yet out of all these people, Jesus sees this one man. God sees you, friend. God can sense what is troubling you in your heart. You don't need to make a loud proclamation. You don't need to go post it on social media. You don't need to be next to someone that's of notoriety for them to know somebody, to know somebody, to know somebody. You don't have to know anybody. You need to know yourself. And you need to know God within you, because God will find you. This man didn't go and find Jesus. He's laying up at the pool for 38 years. For 38 years, he has seen them come and go. He has seen people come to this pool in multitude, in droves. He's laid up at the pool. He's made this pool his permanent residency. He's somewhat like the woman that said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. He's laying up at the pool and he's saying, I might not be at my infirmity is prohibiting me from rushing and getting into this water because everybody gets before me. They're lined up when this angel comes. You know that there were people that must have been camped out there for days and weeks and months on end. They probably made it a living place. This man made it a living place. He's living out here at this water. And it's fair to say that he probably had a reputation. The people probably knew him there. There probably was a rumor going around saying, this man, he's been out here 38 years. How else would Jesus know that he's been there so long? Unless someone had told him. I mean, Jesus probably could have known because he's Jesus, but he might not have known. He just came to the pool, and at a certain time, on a certain day, at a certain area, he's in the vicinity of this man. It's a lot of that goes on in life. And him observing what's going on, he sees this man and he says, why are you out here? When Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, wilt thou be made whole? Do you ever expect to be made whole? What are your expectations in this? Are you just here waiting for the right things to happen for you to be made whole? This is a question to all of you. All of us can relate to this story. Many of us have been standing in front of things, waiting for the right timing, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for the right things to set themselves up in the way that we imagine them so that we can make our next move. This is exactly what this man is going through. He's waiting for the right opportunity, whether it's a splash of water to come out of the water on him and him standing at the right place or sitting at the right place and getting drenched in the water. Or whether someone come and graciously take it upon themselves to forsake their healing by picking him up and bringing him with them into the water. having enough room in the multitude of people that are there, all trying to get in the water at the same time as well, of that being successful. Jesus comes to him and he says, "Wilt thou be made whole? Will you? What are you going to do? What do you envision for yourself in being whole? I know you've been out here 38 years. Do you believe you're going to be made whole? It hasn't happened yet. What are your thoughts regarding this?" The impotent man answered him, "Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool, but while I am coming, another steppeth down before me." He's saying, I don't have any help. I have a handicap. I don't have any help. And when I do take it upon myself to try to get into the water, there comes someone else, and then someone else, and then someone else that steps over me. How many of us can relate to that? How many of us have made that our home? You got your eyes fixated on a particular goal, and you're like, darn, I got all these things. I got everything it takes. I don't have any sound direction. I don't have anyone that'll come and help me, that'll lend me their experiences, their insight, and then act upon it and assist me in reaching my goal. And then how many of us couple that with the rewinding in our mind of experiences of how many times have we tried our hand at it and failed? We rewind that in our mind so many times. I remember when I tried it. I remember when I created all that content on my phone and then it disappeared. And I thought I was going to be able to upload it in advance. I created it in advance and I uploaded it and then boom, it disappeared. So I stopped doing that. I remember when I had a plan to do something on this social site and I had built it up to a degree and then boom, they ran me up off of that site. Lost all the money I put into it, all the time, all the content. How many times do we do that? And we use those things to justify not doing certain things now. This is what this man is doing. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed and walked, and on the same day was the Sabbath. In this instance, this man has come to a point where he's waited 38 years out of faith that someone would come and assist him because he was not able to assist himself. He was patient enough to wait around and have faith enough that if this water is rich in spirit, that being in the vicinity of this water, even though he's not able to pick up his bed or drag himself up enough to get close enough to drench his entire body in the water, just from being in the vicinity of goodness and righteousness, that his yearning, his need would be filled. There will be someone that would be able to come and put him in the water. And what would come from that would be his idea would be met, but it would not be met in the exact way that he would see it. He would not get picked up and put in the water, But he would get a one-on-one encounter, a supernatural encounter with the Son of God. Son of God activated in the earth. You see, such places are magnets to such things. A demon is not going to come to that. A devil would bypass that. Yet the goodness of God's kingdom would all inhabit that. All of God's children that are in need would flock to that. And Jesus would speak a word over him. It will be a word that will be spoken. It would not be a physical activity of him picking him up and taking him into the water. It will be a word spoken over this individual that would heal this person. This is faith. This man has much faith. Faith enough to stay 38 years in the goodness of God, waiting on a miracle. Faith that the miracle will come to pass. Regardless of how long it takes. Either way, he's stuck with this infirmity regardless. So why not make your environment the place where the realization of this longing could have a higher degree of coming to pass. And then living that, standing in that. He's lived by this pool 38 years, y'all. Waiting. Seeing everybody come and go. Seeing people come and get healed and leave. And others come and get healed and leave. Hearing the stories of people in off season when the angel is not moving the water of how they've been healed, and seeing the differences in them from what he saw of them before the angel came and what he saw of them after. He couldn't have been the only one sitting up there 38 years. It must have been others, maybe not as long. They made this place their habitation. They're standing in the promises of God and all the goodness thereof. And because of that, when Jesus comes, he does not need to pick them up and put them in the water. He does not need any of the disciples to gather a bucket of the water from the pool and bring it to him and he can baptize him with the water. He is ripe to accept the word and let the word do what the physical activity of the body prohibited. When you look at the Roman centurion, he's telling Jesus about the child and how he could just give him a word and he knows that it'll be done. And Jesus saying, such faith we don't see anywhere in the house. It is through faith. The faith that turned into a knowing. This man's faith turned into a knowing by receiving a result of his faith. The Roman centurion's faith was converted to a knowing by seeing the result of his faith. We can talk about faith, friend. The woman that comes to Jesus about her daughter. Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs. And she said, Truth, Lord. Whatever you want to say. Truth, Lord. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Faith is not insulted, friend. You cannot insult me. I have a bigger agenda. Faith is a selfish thing. This woman has come to Jesus, and she's coming on behalf of what she loves, her baby. And she's saying, please help me. That's what the scripture says. Then came she and worshiped him, saying, Lord, help me. I don't have no other recourse. I got to get this from you. And regardless to what went on before I was born, what I was born into, and all the decisions that my ancestors and all of them made way back when, I don't know nothing about it. But I know you're here right now in front of me. And I have seen the miracles that you have done. And I know that you are here for the lost sheep of Israel. And that's wonderful. And I wish I could be aligned to you. If you open the gates up so that I could be a part of that, I would. But since you have not done that, have mercy on me and help me. Give me a little bit of what you got, because I need it. And he insults her. Jesus insults this woman. He said it's not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs. He calls her a dog. Yet she sees it so important, so valuable. I don't care what you're talking about. We might be some dogs. I don't know what happened way back then that got us in this place we're in now. But as for me and my house, this is what we're doing. And I know that what you have is able to help me in my house. And I beg of you to help me. She's saying, surely the food you have, the crumbs that are left over, that fall to the floor, I will partake of. But just allow me to partake of them. Faith is not insulted. You cannot insult me. Because I have an internal goal. My goal is not contingent upon the words that you're saying. My goal is bigger than you embarrassing me in front of people. I don't give a dang about them people. I don't care about them people. I care about my ship and what I got to do. And I know you've come forth for the lost sheep of Israel, and I think that's all good. And I will assist you in whatever capacity I can in you doing what you do, because I believe in you. Yet I beg of you to assist me in this capacity, or whatever capacity that I need assistance in. You cannot insult faith. Faith is not a thing in which you can insult. Faith does not bow to the feet of indifference, friend. Just because you are in disagreement with me, it means nothing to me. I don't care. Because My faith is so strong that I can have laser focus on my end result. And my laser focus will insulate me from being offended by all of the nuances and all of the distractions that are on the path of me reaching my end result. I don't care. You got to get defiant like that. Nonetheless, just a short impromptu podcast. Yeah, faith is not so weak that it bows to indifference. It's not. Faith doesn't care if you agree with it or not. If I have faith in something and I'm focused on it and you're not, and you don't agree with me, I don't care. It's not even up for debate. If my level of faith is so powerful, my faith will convert you. If my faith in a thing is so powerful and you come upon me and you don't agree with what it is that I'm having faith of, my faith in its power will convert you, friend. That's the power of faith. It doesn't care if you're my friend. It doesn't care if you call me your enemy. It doesn't matter. My faith, if I have faith enough, my faith will see me through. So that irregardless to what's going on around me, it has no root in that.